Hey guys, it's me, Naga Krauser here, back with another League of Legends Wild Rift video. So sorry for the delay on this video because I had some personal work to take care of, plus the pandemic delayed the work, so I had to first take care of that. But, as promised, I am here with another League of Legends Wild Rift video and we'll be talking about the minions specifically. So in this video, I will help you guys understand the minions better and how to control minion waves like high elo player, and also teach you about why learning how to control your minion wave is the most essential part of becoming a better player. And I know like half of us have already got access to the open beta server and you guys are playing it. And I'm pretty sure that all of you guys are having fun with League of Legends Wild Rift. It is one of the best mobile MOBA out there and it's just gonna destroy the market after its official release. And if you guys have any questions, queries, or if you guys don't understand a specific champion, itemization, or ruins, or anything related to League of Legends Wild Rift, don't hesitate to reach out to me, or Abhishek, Shriyash, or Suraj in our League of Legends Wild Rift India group. I've linked the group in the description down below with our Discord channel, so do check it out and do ping us if you guys need any help. So without further delay, cue the intro and let's move on. So before I begin, let me just give you guys a quick intro on minions. Minions are a unit that comprises the main force sent by the nexus. They spawn periodically from the nexus and advance along a lane towards the enemy nexus, automatically engaging an enemy unit or structure they encounter. They are controlled by artificial intelligence and they use only basic attacks. There are three types of minion: melee minion, caster minion, and siege minion. And if you are able to destroy the inhibitors or the inner turret, super minions will spawn from the nexus. Minions will start spawning from the nexus at 0.00 minute into the game. And as you all know, there is a 0.12 second delay before the rift actually opens up. So as soon as the game starts, the minion will start spawning. And the minions will keep spawning in waves every 25 seconds for the rest of the match. Each wave comprises several types of minion, that is the melee minion, caster minion, and siege minion. Melee and caster minion, two of them will spawn in each wave, and after every third wave, a siege minion will spawn with them, which is also known as a cannon minion. And after you cross the 10-minute mark, two siege minions will spawn from the nexus. And like I've mentioned in all my previous video, why is it important to last hit? So here's a picture to sum it up for you guys. As you can see here, the passive goal is really low compared to the last hit that you're getting from each minion. And what is the full wave value? So without a cannon minion, you'll be getting 262 gold, and with a cannon minion, you'll be getting 347 gold, which is a lot of gold funneling into your pockets. And also, I've noticed that some of you guys find it really difficult to farm under a turret. So here is the number of hits that a minion will die from a turret. For a melee minion, it takes 5 shots. For a caster minion, it takes 3 shots from the turret, and for a cannon minion, it takes 9 shots from a turret to kill them. And also, there will be an indicator for you when you can actually kill the minion. The minion health bar will start to appear in white. So if you are able to throw a basic attack, you will easily kill the minion. So that was the introduction to the minion waves in League of Legends Wild Rift. And like I mentioned in the starting of the video, learning how to control your minion wave is the most essential part for becoming a better player. It's not as hard as it seems because compared to League of Legends PC, Wild Rift is actually not that complex or complicated. And you know, there are some other people who focus on their micro and champion mastery, but know this: understanding and knowing the wave management and macro is the most important part of the game. It will easily give you an upper hand. And one more thing that I really like about League of Legends Wild Rift is that as soon as you hit an enemy champion, the minions will start attacking you. Drawing auto attacks from minion in early game is so dangerous, so tread wisely because early in the game they have a lot of damage compared to you. So coming to wave management in League of Legends Wild Rift. In League of Legends Wild Rift, I use 3 types of land wave management. The first wave management is called freezing, The second one is called slow pushing, and the last one is called fast pushing. And I'll tell you guys how to use it, when to use it, and when not to use it, and also their drawback. So each of them are used in different scenarios depending on the factor. Slow and fast pushing is used in every game, whereas freezing is very situational. Fast pushing is when you're killing all the minions as quickly as possible, and it is the easiest among them. The more difficult aspect is knowing when to use it. So you start to fast push if you want to recall back to base or have an impact on the map by roaming. For example, if you're Twisted Fat, Ari or Zed, and if you want to roam, make sure that you fast push the wave as quickly as possible. Or you start to fast push if you want to put pressure on your opponents and deny CS if they are a champion who can't farm properly under turrets. Or you can fast push to set up a dive with your jungler on the enemy laner, or for an early advantage of level 2 or level 5 all in, because there are so many champions that you can go all in as soon as you hit your level 2. And also fast push is used to have lane priority before a neutral objective spawns, or to deny recalls. And also I fast push when the opponent leaves the lane and you want to deny as much CS and experience as possible. But here comes the worst case scenario. Failing to execute a fast push once you have committed to it can single-handedly lose you the lane, because if your minions don't reach the enemy towers, then the opponents will just freeze the lane and force you to overextend and take fights which you don't want. So next up, we'll be talking about freezing the lane. Freezing basically means keeping the waves in a spot that is safe for you or dangerous for your opponent. So you basically start to freeze your lane when you know that you are stronger than your opponent and you want to make them risk dying in order to farm or take damage from you when they try to last hit. Because like I said, if they don't get last hit, they're going to be losing a lot of gold. And also you start to freeze a lane when you know that it's dangerous for you to farm, so you want to be closer to your turret, especially after your laner gets like 2 to 3 kills and is ahead of you, so you can start to freeze your lane so that you don't trade any more damage and you don't give them an upper hand like coming into the late game. And also as a support player, please keep this in mind. If your ADC just recall back to base and there's a huge minion wave coming in, you want to catch a wave for the teammate who is coming back from the lane. So this is a really good way to just tank up like few damages for him and let it not reach the tower, and after that you guys can just start a freeze and just deny them CS as much as possible. The downside of freezing a lane, it will give opportunity to your laner to roam, but with proper warding you will know their exact location and instantly turn that into a fast push to let the minion die to the turret, costing him experience and gold. So freezing a lane and transitioning that into a fast push or a slow push is mostly used in high elo matches, and they use it throughout the game as they see fit. So how do you freeze a lane? You need the wave to be always pushing towards you. So you need to let your enemy minion wave have a number of advantage based on the position where you want your freeze to happen. If all your minions die, you can tank the enemy minion wave and drag it to a spot where you want to freeze it. It's not viable, especially in mid lane, to keep the freeze for too long, since the pathing for mid wave is short compared to other lane. But regardless of that, you can use this technique in every lane during the laning phase. So next up, we'll be talking about slow push. For slow push, you need to be a little more tactful to execute it. It's kind of similar to freezing your lane, but your goal is to make it push to the enemy turret instead of yours by only last hitting the minions. Slow push is basically bread and butter in high elo. So when you're slow pushing, you will have a minion wave advantage, making it harder for your opponents to trade. Because like I mentioned, if you start hitting your opponents, the minions will automatically start hitting you. And also with the pressure of a bigger wave, you can actually play aggressive and deny as much farm as possible. By crushing bigger wave into the turret, you can give yourself larger time to either deep ward or roam. And also, if you find a solo kill in your lane, transition that push into a fast push so that you can deny as much CS as possible, because if they lose CS, basically they'll be losing a lot of gold and experience, which you can use it to your advantage. So how do you utilize slow push? By letting the wave push by themselves, and you can build up a huge amount of wave and crushing them into the turret. And remember guys, minions are a good way to know whether your push is warded or not. So you can basically do this by tanking the minion waves and letting it follow you. So if you go inside a bush and if they stop following you, that means the bush is not warded. But if they don't stop following you and they start hitting you, so basically that means that bush is warded as well. And also let me talk about dewarding. So how do you remove a ward? So basically you need the help of Skyre's Bloom that reveals the ward in a specific location. So Skyre's Bloom, it releases a pollen in a cone shape, so that will in the direction that you are looking at, so it will reveal the ward and you can just go and remove it, or by simply using a red trinket you can easily scout out a ward and just remove it. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and if you guys want more of this kind of videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and do comment if you guys have any questions or queries regarding the game. I'll be coming up with more videos in the future, so do stick around.